Previously on Maple's World.
Hey, everybody, look at me and my cauliflower.
G'day everyone, Professor Maple here. We're back on Maple's World. For the last month I've been working off and on this nether tunnel, the south nether tunnel here, to connect our frog breeding centers down to where the froglight farm is going to be, so that we can just move the frogs safely. We don't have to worry about the lava or about other mobs and that sort of thing. But one thing we've run into an issue with here is not the packed ice or the stone or even the terracotta or the concrete, but it's all this, the glass. We've got glass to keep things from spawning above our heads for the little zip-along portion of the tunnel here, and we've also got glass so that we can see out of the tunnel. But as you can see, I'm running out. I think I've got a little bit left here. Yeah, I've got a little bit left here, but that's pretty much it. And so we need to fix that. It's kind of a two-layered problem here. We need more glass and sand. I'm gonna tear through that desert if I keep going like this. So I want a renewable source of sand, or renewable source of glass rather. Sand I kind of want to save for concrete stuff and things like that. And then we also need more dye. Blue dye is not something I have a lot of. For the light blue, of course I've got the skeleton farm, so the bone meal for the white dye portion of the light blue dye is not an issue. But the blue part of the light blue dye is an issue. So if we go was it like 1,000 blocks now? It's getting pretty long, this tunnel. But if we go to the end, you'll see how much work this pretty much went only up till just this side of the nether base before, and now we've got a lot of distance going here, and I'm actually surprised I was able to get this much glass in here as it is, before having to do this. So I think what we need to do first off is visit. Those of you who've been watching a while, you'll know this place, and we'll get a farm going in there. Long time no see, Flower Forest. For those of you who don't know, I've been converting this flower forest into a big old map of the flowers that are available in it, so we can figure out how best to position our flower farms for this. And I'm still kind of working away on it. There's a bit kind of back behind me that I'm still working on, slowly but surely. And don't call me Shirley, but yeah, so we've got some cornflowers here in a nice little ring around these little the valley, so that could be a good farm. But the farm I have in mind is only like a 5x5 or a 5x6 area. So I think we'll put a Lily of the Valley farm here eventually, if I ever need them. And then we've got these cornflowers here, which is almost quite big enough for that. But if we fly, hello, flying? There we go. If we fly up here, you can see we've got those two spots, but we've got this big old spot of cornflowers over here, which I think, if I don't crash because lag, is probably the optimal spot for it. So we'll be putting the cornflower farm right here. We've got our flower farm here. Now, I built it smack dab in the middle of the cornflowers. So we should be getting these lovely blue flowers that we see right here. However, when you run the farm, you see that? You see all that orange? All the orange tulips there? Those are not cornflowers. So I don't know what's going on. But if we push this button here, all the flowers get sent to the hoppers and they go into the storage down here. So as you can see, not a single cornflower in all my testing of this. These are what I picked up during building. And I am really annoyed because now I guess the flower map must have changed between updates. So now all of this progress that I have, this beautiful field of flowers, all of it's wrong. None of it is going to be accurate to what you actually get where it looks like you would get it. These alliums are wrong, probably. Those other cornflowers over there and further over there are probably also wrong. And this was like months of grinding away to do this part of the biome. Just just gone. All that bone meal I wasted trying to get rid of the grass and whatnot. That time I'll never get back. But I think we'll just kind of move on to something else for the time being. It having been a month since I recorded the first couple clips, and now I guess OBS has decided to reset a lot of its audio settings. So now I have a bunch of video without any audio to it. So I'm just gonna voice over what I have and kind of explain what I did and was thinking in this process. Next time I go that long without recording, I'll try to remember to check my settings, which is not something I feel like I should have to do, but apparently I do. So anyway, this is the point where I basically am going to show you where I have a great idea to put a raid farm, because that's what we're going to build. I've got one spot out near the desert, the mining desert, where you'll see in a moment there are lots of villages. So for a raid farm, you need at least one villager. In fact, it's probably preferred you only have one villager so that, you know, if something happens, you build it wrong or something like that, you only lose one villager and can go back for more. But yeah, we've got this spot. You'll see here we've got the pillager outpost right there, and you've got villages not too far away to the left of it. The faint light you see on the distance there, and to the right is actually the Guardian farm. So everything's pretty close together in this section. And in Unexo4's video, that's the design I'm using. This is a simpler early game raid farm, non-stacking one, or at least that's what it seems like it's stacking. Anyway, so basically the trick he shows in the video, or one of the tricks he shows many tricks in that tutorial, but one of them is to measure out the distance from land for your raid farm, is to set your render distance to 6 chunks. That's about 70, I forget the exact number, but 70 something blocks away from everything else. And if you don't see land, then you're good to build. You're in the middle of the ocean, you're good to go. So basically I set up camp here. I set my ender chest under the ocean. I get out my my project box, grab my lily pad, and up to the surface I go to start building the farm. Okay, so then it was time to test out the farm. And what I found is that not only had I put the villager in the wrong spot, instead of putting them under the northwest corner of the spawning platform, I put it under the dispenser, which was the northwest most northwesterly solid block in that area, which I'm pretty sure isn't quite right. So I ended up moving the villager a little bit, and then I still wasn't getting a raid to start. So I had to go back to the village and where I got the villager from and get rid of their workstation block. But in doing so, I accidentally started a raid and I had already set my settings to hard difficulty. I play on easy because I just most of the time don't have the patience for hard. I don't like dying, as you can tell by the fact that I have keep inventory on. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I accidentally started a raid in this village because I didn't go and get some milk, and I died a whole lot. I used up every totem of undying that dropped during the raid, and kept dying after that. And I was able to get rid of the workstation block. So that once I moved the villager and got the new workstation settled, everything was good. Um, but yeah, that was an issue. It was a fun raid, but maybe a bit of a waste of time if I was doing a raid farm in the meantime, sort of thing. But yeah, so that happened, and um, I got all my netherite armor down to kind of really alarmingly low for netherite armor to be for me at least. I'm not used to it wearing so much. This durability is usually remains pretty high for me. Someone who doesn't usually do raids and stays out of combat in a single player world. Um, so yeah, I had to go to the guard. I took the dumb way to the guardian farm. I went back to my base, um, and took the nether portal from there to the guardian farm instead of going directly to the guardian farm, which is right there. Uh, so I went the long way. But yeah, so that was a thing. Okay, so does the farm work? Heck yeah, it does. Look at this. Emeralds for days. Emeralds all over the place, all the time, everywhere. Emeralds, emeralds, emeralds. So you may be wondering, Professor, that's not glass, that's emeralds. Where do we get the glass? I'll show ya. There we go. Out of there and into here. And here we are. This is where the magic happens. This is where we get the glass. This is the villager trading hall. And from some of these librarians at least, the ones that I have glass indicated up top here, we can actually trade for glass. What? Oh, come on. I'll drop these bottles for a moment. I'm gonna have to leave a bunch of these emeralds behind even because we just got too many to trade with right now. It's nighttime, so actually no, it's not nighttime anymore. Well, anyway, it's gonna be a while before these villagers can trade again, and I need to get more librarians that can actually handle glass. That would be helpful. But that saves us from one. Oh, we can trade with them again. We can trade with them. Get the emeralds. Get the emeralds. Oh, I just missed another reset there, but I think this one should be ready to go. Yes, good. Yes, good. Okay, and then you're still out because I traded with you slightly after the reset. But yes, we can. Oh, there they go again. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe not. It sounded. Some of them did, and some of them did not. But here is our renewable glass, everyone. This is. Oh, oh, gotta go again. Come on. Not you, but you maybe. Nope. Oh, maybe now. Not you. Not you. Okay. Well, anyway, this is our renewable glass source. This is what I'll be using instead of digging up the desert. And then all I have to do is figure out, all I have to do is implement my plan to get more light blue dye. And now it's time for that lovely segment that I like to call Have I Eaten One of Those? Where we find out what things we haven't eaten by looking at the husbandry tab under the balanced diet advancement. We've got 35 of 40 things. Can we make it 36 by finding something in the shulker box? Let's take a look. What do we have? What do we have? What haven't we eaten yet? I'm going to say we haven't eaten a pufferfish. We've been spending a lot of time in the ocean lately. Pufferfish, have I eaten one of those? Ooh, 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 this is unpleasant. This is all sorts of, I didn't know the screen would do this. This is all sorts of bad. I don't recommend that. Not one bit. Don't. I recommend not doing that. And then also not healing till the poison is off you. I think that's also a key thing as well here. But let's see. Have I eaten one of those pufferfish? Nope. I have eaten a pufferfish. Pufferfish. I've eaten one. Okay, so that's our glass covered. But then where is the blue dye coming from? Well, we could trade more emeralds to villagers for lapis lazuli. But I think I've got at least in the short term, a better solution. We're back at the witch farm, of course. This time not to marvel at the farm or any of its drops or to talk about the farm really, but instead there is one, you can see the base from here. There is one flower that does drop light blue dye, and it's found in the swamp here. It is my favorite flower in the game, the blue orchid. And as you can see here, I haven't picked all of them, so there is definitely the ability to grow blue orchids here, which is good. That's what we want. But I think we'll take out some area here and grow some blue orchids and get some dye, and we'll come back and make sure it works, and then we will have a good time. And there we have it. One blue orchid farm ready for planting, and I've tested it out. It works. If we look, we get lots of loud noise, but we also get blue orchids along with the seeds. But if we just flush everything out of the system here and into the down below, we can collect all our orchids, and the seeds we can cycle back into the system as bone meal. The orchids we can, as you can see, craft blue dye with. I have not actually picked them up yet, but we can do that. And also they're my favorite flower, so I'll probably use this farm for more than just dye, which is good. It's good to have more than one use for a farm. And I should also just take a moment. This design is just a modified version of Pixel Rift's sprout nether sprout farm design. So I added the water bucket dispenser, but most of the rest of this is his design. So I'll link that in the description, as well as it's applicable to both this and the now orange tulip farm. So thank you to Pixel Rifts for coming up with the shifting floor design and whatnot. And now that we've been able to modify it, we've been able to apply the same principle to other things, which is great. But I think now all we need to do is to get back to work on that nether tunnel. All right, guys. So we're back in the nether tunnel, back where we started today, or well, for you guys it's today. For me, it's been time. But yes, here we are in the blue tunnel, and you'll notice, what's that? It's a little bit orange. I figured, why not turn the orange dye that we got from the tulip farm into something that we can use and not waste it, and also maybe see that incident as maybe something a little more funny than something sad. So that's what we're doing. I'm continuing the blue after this section here. It's still going to be the blue tunnel. The south the south tunnel is going to be blue, light blue. But I figured, why not have a bit of orange? It kind of breaks things up a little bit too when the whole thing is blue and you see nothing but blue for like kilometers at a time. It's a good landmark to say, hey, it's just past the orange bit. Not that we're like on a server or anything that people will be like, hey, where is this? Because it's just me and I know where everything is, or at least the things that I remember that exist. I know where they are. But yeah, I figured that'd be kind of a neat little thing, little Easter egg if ever I'm like offering this world for download, or if ever I just even just for me, even just as an Easter egg for myself here, if I want to keep this as it is, I have something to chuckle about every time I come down here. So yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna end it here, guys. Thanks for watching. Uh, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see other videos that come out. I don't know when, but they'll come out. And then, yeah, have a good now, have a good later, and we'll see you next episode where we don't do more nether tunnel stuff, because or maybe we will, but it won't be this section. It'll be the, if we do more nether tunnel stuff, it'll be the frog breeding centers, or the frog light farm itself, or something like that. So it might be a while before you see another video, and that's just how it goes. Anyway, yes, have a good now, have a good later, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.